The future of retail, I think it's one of the most difficult work. I discovered retail when I started Maison, and especially post-COVID, everybody now know how to shop online. So how to reattract people to come into the store, to engage them, to create something they cannot have online, except just the practicity and the fast delivery. So I think it's a real challenge for the brand that just putting a product on the shelf and letting the consumer choose, and because they can do that from their home, from their screen. You get anything at any time of the day. So there is a big challenge. And how do we integrate personalization, AI, new innovation with all the technology coming? I think there is also a lot of gimmicky. So what would really stay with the VR, all this metaverse? So I think there is a lot of different message, and having the future of retail, how we imagine retail in 5 years, in 10 years, and in 50 years. It's a nice topic for me to discuss and to exchange with other people. Of course, you need to integrate AI in many ways, because AI is everywhere. And if you don't integrate AI, you will die. A lot of people are still a bit not into it, but we need to learn to use AI. So I was one of the precursors to use AI, because actually when you come in the store, you don't really know what you want, how you're going to mix. So we have developed AI software where we ask you your age, your nationality, your skin tone. Why do you want to create this perfume? How strong you want it, any favorite ingredient. And the AI will propose you 4 mix to be fresh, elegant, seductive, bold. It breaks the ice in a way, and I would say we are 95% right most of the time what we propose. And we design a same personality also. We have 5 personae that is a bit based on the MBTI. I don't know if you did MBTI, because we ask you but your value is universal. Your nationality has a big influence on your culture, how you have been educated. But the value, if you prefer security versus challenge, it's something that is really intrinsic to your personality. So I use a lot of AI to advise people, but after, it doesn't replace the advice and the interaction you have with the same designer to help you to design your product. So it's complementary for me. You cannot replace people by AI. The second technology I use, and it's when you take a bottle, you put it on a detector, and you can have all the story of the ingredient in the bottle. Where is it harvested? How long is going to last? Some suggestion how you can mix it. So I have that in my boutique. So I was one of the first one to use the RFID technology. I saw that actually in a bar where you put your whiskey and you have all the story of the whiskey on the table. Again, it's a gimmick. It's fun to have, but it won't replace a person that comes to you, which is very passionate, who's going to give you little story about the ingredient. The orange blossom was the favorite ingredient of Louis XIV, for instance. The Fontaine of Versailles were perfume with orange blossom. So, all this little story that are outside of the book, you won't replace it by AI. But if someone, if you have a queue in the boutique and someone is waiting, they can start to play, learn things. So that was another technology. I'm discussing now, I'm working on a huge project to create an interactive museum in Middle East about perfumery. And the VCR, where you are projected in the south of France, you can see how the lavender grow. You can touch it. You can see how big is it. Or you are in a forest in Indonesia to see how it's patchouli. So I think to make people, because we cannot travel everywhere in the world, and sometimes it's difficult to access where we harvest natural ingredients. So I believe in this VR technology, the virtual reality, where you can be placed in a world that it's not yours and it would be very difficult to access. So I believe in that, but more for education than selling something to you in a virtual world. It will be difficult. I think it's the journey of an entrepreneur, if may I, because I have seen the corporate world where everything is super organized. We work a lot in silo because you have the R&D on one side, you have the marketing, you have the sales, you have the different channel. When you are an entrepreneur and you have your startup, startup, you have this agility, which is your weakness and your strength, because you don't have expert around you. So you need to get the information, and you can act very fast, implementing new things, because everybody is aware what's going on. And so this is what I love about the startup. Is really hard because you bring everything from the ground, from zero. So whatever vision you have, you can build it, but with your two hands and your little team. But in a way, you can react very fast compared to LVMH, L'Oreal. If they decide to implement that, it's going to be a lot of discussion, budget approval, and to roll it out in the world is going to take ages. When a startup, you can have a lab in one boutique, you see it works, you adjust it, and then you expand to your other boutique. So I love the entrepreneurship journey for this flexibility, and you can have your vision really taking life very fast.